So what an upset victory there. Kirsty Higginson makes her name for herself. Or can someone else make a name for themselves today? We saw Shannon Eckstein take out round one. Who can take out round two? No Eckstein here today, but still an all-star cast. Max Beattie, Matt Bevilacqua, Max Brooks, Cam Cole, former Australian champ, Luke Cuff, Ali Day's back, Sam Hamilton, a youngster on the rise, James Lacey's in there as well.
As we go to the second page, Kendrick Louis, he'll be one to watch. Tannen Linden, Jackson Maynard, Matt Poole, all professional Ironmen. And then the two Mooloolaba boys, formerly of Warilla, Hayden White and Alex Wright, they'll definitely be in the mix.
Oh, I just can't get over these fields. They're just awesome, and it's great to watch and fantastic to see here our summer of surf. That's what it's all about. We want to see the best of the best in action. And here we go. The gun goes, the boys underway, and all heading north. Much like the ladies, just trying to get into that little bit of a rip and help themselves on the way out in this opening swim leg. Get out of the way, the public.
Oh, they've gone that far up the beach. They're almost in the swim flags there, but the boys will go anywhere to take full advantage of that rip. And we can see there's been one or two of them that jumped straight in, and I don't know if that's the right move there. He's going to end up washed a long way down. And like we saw in the first round, if you end up the wrong side of the cans, it takes a lot to get back around them.
Oh, Cam Cole, I think he scared half the public in the flags. He was running straight for them, but definitely gave them a little bit of a fright. But this went to show how far down they went to accommodate this sweep that, if you're watching on the screen here, running left from right.
And they've already washed down. Look how spread out that field is. They've all tried to jump in the rip there, but there aren't even too many guys wash riding. Everyone's just trying to find their own water and make their way out. But it looks like the Newport cap of Kendrick Louis there, and followed by, I think that's Matt Poole on his shoulder. Followed in third, the other Mooloolaba competitor there, Matt Bevilacqua. Not the noted swimmer, more a board and ski paddler, but he's doing very well at the start here as he seems to get caught around those cans. And there's another, there looks like Luke Cuff, and it's just the all Mooloolaba show at this point. There's 4 or 5 of them.
Club Championships, what's doing, but out in front, Kendrick Louis doing a great job, and him and Matt Poole, well, they would have raced each other a fair bit back in the day in the Northern Beaches. Obviously, Matt Poole growing up down there in the DY Club, and then Queenscliff Club, the current club of our Prime Minister and Tony Abbott, and New South Wales Premier and Mike Baird, so good to see, but obviously made the journey a long time ago up here to Mooloolaba, and Kendrick Louis really flying the flag for the Northern Beaches. He's their poster boy now.
Oh, he is, isn't he? And that Newport club's really growing as we see some of the boys pushing for a wave out the back, and there's going to be some back markers coming down this, just like the women's race.
Oh, every man and his dog is on it. It's a jag fest here in this opening swim leg. And poor Kendrick Louis and Matt Poole. That's surf, that's cruel, that's the way it goes.
I was going to say that's how cruel it can be, first to last in a matter of metres. And now these boys, that's Luke Cuff there who's made the most of it. And these guys who are at the back of the swim are now up front and they're taking full advantage.
Oh, it's not just a one wave, it's a 2-for-1 deal for these guys. They've jagged one and then they've jagged a second.
And as we see them all pop up there, they're all over each other, bashing arms, crashing all over. There's Kendrick Louis still in the mix, but it's Tannen Linden, Max Beattie, Hayden White. There's a bunch of young Newport boys there. I think that's Max Brooks and Jonah Beard. So this race has been thrown on its head, Kurt.
Oh, Luke Cuff got the best 2-for-1 you'll ever see, and that sees him with a strong lead. Look at these boards. The tide's coming in. These conditions are starting to deteriorate. But as you said, super tight. Max Beattie, Matt Poole. And there we go as well, Hayden White. So all these guys, fantastic board paddlers, but all have to get on the wash here. This board leg's so critical. We saw the girls, the couple of waves hit them, and it made all the difference.
This is where Kirsty Higginson broke away in the board leg in the women's race, and can we see another one of the guys do it here? It's so congested and caught up. 1 or 2 board lengths will make all the difference heading into that final ski leg.
We know what a great board paddler Luke Cuff is as well, obviously, Australian junior champion, and he was a member of that Australian board relay winning team at Aussies this year as well for Mooloolaba, so he knows what it's all about. But look at this, bang inside, a couple of waves, they've had to pop. Sammy Hamilton, we know what an incredible board paddler he is. He won round 1, the individual board, but he doesn't like the swimming, and that's why he's in last spot at the moment. No, but if anyone can make it up, he can.
He's got a lot of work to do here. I don't know if his board leg's big enough as we see the boys crashing through those waves out the back, having to sit up and pop through a few. But once there's probably 4 or 5 guys out, and they're making all moves a winner here. As Lukey Cuff, he was silver medalist at the Australian titles in the board race, so there's not too many better than him. And he's on the front there, and a few of the boys wash riding in behind him. That looks like Matty Poole's on there, and these Mooloolaba boys, they're going to go on the front all day, with Tannen Linden slipped in the slipstream as well.
Yeah, what a great board leg there from Matt Poole to catch up after he got jagged on Tannen Linden. Max Brooks there as well, not too far away. Also, Max Beattie's in there, and Kendrick Louis trying to make inroads after a really unlucky opening swim leg. But look at this. Waves coming. Shots, another jag. And who's on out the back there? Surely Max Brooks is one of them. Who else? Another Northcliffe, Tannen Linden. Oh, someone's missed it off the side. Matt Poole.
Oh, he's just trying to sneak around the can there, and it wasn't enough. So we've got a race in 3 now. It's Luke Cuff, Max Brooks, and Tannen Linden. 3 of the young guns of the sport who are really making a name for themselves here.
Oh, Matt Poole will be filthy with himself on that one. He just stopped paddling at the wrong time and missed that wave. And now, well, the race in 3. And as Joshy said, this is, well, the stars of the future. Already you can see Tannen Linden, he's arrived, he's in the Pro Series. Luke Cuff in the Professional Series for the first time this year. Max Brooks, the current Australian Junior Ironman champion, just missed out on qualifying.
And you can see
the Pro Series.
You can see the experience there from Tannen. He knows how important that run leg is. He's tried to make his break, and if he can get 5 or 10 metres, that may be enough for him to sneak away and take the victory. That's a good move there from Linden.
Yeah, Kendrick Louis goes through transition, but here we go into 4th. Matt Poole, Max Beattie, they're having a good race as well in 5th spot. But this is a critical time, and this is the hardest part. We see so many times people getting on a ski for the first time, learning to paddle skis. What about getting on a ski when your heart rate is just thumping and you've really just got to put those skills together? We can see on board here with Kendrick Louis. Beautifully done on. Just a nice, good top 10 strokes. Get that balance sorted, get that speed and momentum up.
I don't know if there's anything harder. Your lungs are burning, your arms are hurting, and you've got to jump on and get that ski moving in the final leg. It's tough, but look at Tannen Linden. That small gap he had on the run there's probably turned into 3 or 4 ski lengths, followed by Max Brooks, and Matty Poole's come out of nowhere, and he's made his way through the field, and he's back in 3rd place.
Yeah, it looks like he's got pretty angry off that board leg and really trying to make inroads in this final ski leg. But Tannen Linden, he just came on in leaps and bounds last season, wasn't he? He was one of the boys, and he became a man last year. And I think for the first time, he started to believe that he belonged with the elite Ironman, and now he's proving it.
He made his breakthrough year into the series, and then got dropped out. And since he's been back, he's been a different man. He's really setting himself as one of the top Ironmen in the country. As we see him going around that outside can, Max Brooks has done a great job to tack on back onto the tail of him there, followed by Matt Poole. He's going around as well. So this is anyone's race at this point. Luke Cuff's still in it, going around those apex cans.
Yeah, super tight. The boy's not going too far. Kendrick Louis right in there. Oh, looks like Max Beattie. Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's tough. He's been blindsided there by a wave going around the cans. But Tannen Linden, he's taken those runners and really making this race his own. But Maxie Brooks is trying to push down one on the outside.
Oh, Max Brooks, look at this, working it so hard. He's got the momentum pushing. Is he going to get down it? I don't think. Oh, he has. He's down it. So Max Brooks and Tannen Linden, a race on now. And, well, we start to think about a match racing and a couple of boys on the way behind. It looks like Luke Cuff and Matt Poole, but that's going to be too far away. It's going to be a 2-horse race here, and it is Max Brooks closest to screen, Tannen Linden.
And Tannen Linden's one of the fastest Ironmen going around. I think Max Brooks is going to have his work cut out for him here. I'm backing Linden at this point.
Well, here they go. They come to the beach. We saw Tannen Linden. He just lost that 2013 Australian title by a nose, but Max Brooks is up fast. Here comes Linden. This is what we're after, the lightning. And then they come. Oh, well, Max Brooks is putting in the big ones. I don't know if Linden can get him. He can't. Oh, Max Brooks. What an upset. What a victory.
Oh,
and
Max
would you
Brooks,
pick that?
You would have never picked it. The young gun's done the job, and he was pumping those legs as fast as I've ever seen him. What a good effort.
Oh, Matt Poole 3rd. Luke Cuff, a very brave 4th place there. I can't get over it. Max Brooks just took it to another level.
That's one for the young guns there. Max Brooks, he's a star of the future, and geez, that run was good.
Kendrick Louis, well, there's not much he could have done about that. He had the best race possible, just no luck in that swim leg. Max Beattie in there, and it looks like Jackson Maynard in 7th spot. Oh, memories of the 2013 Australian Ironman final there. What a sprint finish. Max Brooks, the current Australian junior champion, well, really states his case now for the Summer of Surf for the rest of the season. An incredible sprint win over Tannen Linden of Northcliffe. Matt Poole rounds out the top 3, just ahead of Luke Cuff. And we throw in there Matt Bevilacqua in 9th from Mooloolaba. Ali Day finishing in 11th. Down to James Lacey of Mermaid Beach and Sam Hamilton of Tugun.
Wow, Max Brooks, what an amazing race out there.
Yeah, it was unreal. It was tricky conditions, really, really windy. The wind just picked up before and moved the start line, so it's pretty much just anyone's game. Just had to try and race it smart and pick any wave you could.
And what about that moment when you took the lead on the ski?
Yeah, it was hard to work down that wave, and I knew Tannen's a fast sprinter, so the only way I could get him was being on that inside, and luckily I just got on the inside of him.
You really worked with the conditions there, jumping on some of those runners.
Yeah, definitely. You just had to work those runs coming home, try and conserve as much energy as possible going out, and just really stick it to them coming home.
What about that sprint finish?
My legs are hurting so bad. I don't think I've ever run so fast. So I saw him kind of coming for me, and I just put in one last little bit of effort and just picked him at the line.
What a victorious win it was. And has this given you confidence going into the other competitions?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we tried to come up here and just try and get a good first round out of the way of the SIQS and Summer of Surf, and really try and set up the season.
Massive results, and we'll be seeing you in the third round?
Yeah, definitely. We're trying to follow them all around and just do the best we can and see if we can try cracking into the big boys series.
You've won the best race of the day. Congratulations, you killed it.
Yeah.
So overall point score after 2 rounds of competition in our Open Ironman. Matt Poole, super consistent there from Mooloolaba in front, 77 points. Tannen Linden just in second place on 75, and then a fair way back down. Jacko Maynard of Currumbin, Ali Day of Mooloolaba, and Max Beattie of Northcliffe. Onto the second page, we're going to see, well, there's a log jam of competitors there on equal 10th. Jonah Beard of Newport, Jared McDonald and Corey Taylor of the Northcliffe Club, all on 49.